Hey everybody, welcome back live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. Hope you're all doing well out there. Welcome to August. Whoa, what in the world? John Moynihan from the Firehouse. How are you, my man?
Oh man, I'm still getting over the weekend. We had great shows this weekend.
You
Great
sure
shows.
did. I was in the house for one of them. I mean, go ahead. Tell the people what they missed if they missed it.
I mean, we had Haley Reardon, Marblehead's own Haley Reardon.
She's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
She was phenomenal. Put on such a great show.
Yeah.
Such a great show. Her only local show of the season.
Yeah, she plays for like royalty for other parts of the
Exactly.
year.
I know she's going on tour right after this.
Yeah.
With Steve Dennis, also phenomenal.
Two friends of the show. We love them here.
Yeah, really, really great.
Yeah.
On Friday night, we had Being Petty, another sold-out show from them.
Is that a Tom Petty
It is.
tribute?
It's a Tom Petty.
Clever name.
It is the Tom Petty Experience.
Oh.
Tom Petty and Heartbreakers Experience. They did a fan. I mean, they were also really, really great. And then we had other friends of the show, Butcher Baglio and Estes, on Saturday night.
Those guys are great too. That is a stacked weekend.
It was a great way to kick off Yankee Homecoming. So now we're in the throes of it.
I completely, can I tell you that Yankee Homecoming snuck up on me?
Yeah.
August snuck up on me.
Yeah.
Summer's getting away from me, John.
I know. It's almost, we're almost in fall. Almost in the autumnal equinox.
I mean, it's scary to say that, I know. Because we try to have it. John tends to come on like early in the month. We try to make a thing where John comes on once a month. And I was thinking, that means you'd be on in September. And that gets real fall-like. That's kids back to school.
Kids back to school. The documentary film festival.
Yeah.
There's just a lot going on, a lot happening.
And as much as all those things are great, and I love the fall, summer's just so fast.
It is. It feels like it continues to go faster and faster.
And people like to pack stuff in too.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's
Yeah.
I think I maybe have to learn to say no to some things a little bit more, just because it's because every weekend you feel like you got something, and then before you know it, the summer's gone.
I know, because when you really think about it, with the kids out of school and all that, it's really only like 8 or 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Of a legitimate summer where you can do things with folks, and
God forbid you get some bad washout weekends too.
Or it's too dang hot.
Yeah.
To really be able to do anything. So.
Although I refused to. I mean, not that I can do anything about it. If you would like to complain about the heat, feel free.
Right.
But I refuse to complain about the heat.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be somebody who complains about winter like I do, and then complains about the heat. Not going to be me.
Yeah. I don't complain about it. I think it's a-okay.
Sure.
Heat is wonderful, and I don't.
I'm a little more balanced than you, Drew, on all this.
Jeez, man. Okay. But I mean, there were definitely some issues and some challenges with the. With the heat this summer, especially with some of the other programs that we have going on with some of like our vacation programs and the shanties and stuff like that. When it's hot, it is hot.
You got a lot of kids too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Hydration Nation. That's what you got to get in there.
Hydration Nation. I mean, we do the best we can, but sometimes they need to hydrate themselves.
Right. Yeah. I did the heat stroke thing once this summer.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Okay.
I think it was the first time for me.
Yeah.
I played a little tennis.
Yep.
It was actually Father's Day.
Okay.
And I remember that Father's Day. It was hot. Father's Day was hot.
It feels like it was so long ago. I know. I was up in Maine, but I do recall.
The fam did nice things for you. That's what you remember. Yeah.
Well, my parents have a little camp up in a pond up there.
Lovely.
In Oxford, Maine. So
that's how you do it.
Yeah. Anytime we can go up there, we can.
But so I played tennis at 9 a.m. And then it was a long tennis match. So I was battling my cousin. We went about 3 hours, pushed us to noontime.
Yep.
I had lunch plans with my dad.
Yep.
And the match went a little long. As the day got closer to noontime, it got hotter.
Yeah.
I was hydrating, but apparently just not enough. Went out to lunch.
Yeah.
It felt a little bit off. Got home. Temperature spiked to like 105.
Jeez.
They were ready to. The people wanted me to do the hospital. I said, "Let me just quickly try to get it down." And I did.
Yep.
I did. I got the temp down. But
just hung out in a ice bath.
They did a lot of ice packs on me, and
a
lot of electrolytes, and it's scary though. Have you ever had a heat stroke?
I'm not sure.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah, I can't. I don't recall. I mean, I don't know. I always tell the story. My kids bring it up to me every once in a while now. That on my 18th birthday, I ran the Boston Marathon. It was my literal birthday, but it was one of those days where there was a lot of cloud cover.
Yeah.
But it was also super hot.
Yeah.
So you had people like spraying you down and all that, but because of the cloud cover, like, oh, I don't need to worry about sunblock and things like that. So I got so badly burned that for years, and thankfully it doesn't do it anymore, but for years, like my knuckles and my knees, whenever they would get wet, would be purple because I had such such damage.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I don't think you ever told me that story.
Yeah, so that's the extent of my.
That's not the part you'd come out with when you talk about your marathon experience.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, I finished in X amount of time, but the
Purple
real
knuckles.
thing was the burns on my knees. And
I've actually been seeing. I'm a big tennis guy. I play a lot. A lot of the professionals are doing big PSAs right now because so many of these guys are growing older, and even just quick checks, melanoma, and please sunscreen out there. So, so there you go. Rest of the summer. Take care of yourself. Take care of your body. I feel like we get burned easily. You and I. We have the.
It's the Irish skin.
Yeah.
We can't do anything about it.
No.
Even with sunblock.
Yep.
We were up at my parents' camp a couple weekends ago and had the kids all sunblocked. They were all good to go.
Yeah.
They all came out with rosy cheeks.
Crazy.
It was tough, but.
All right. Well, shifting gears to a happier subject. I love the T-shirt.
Thank you. Yes, I know. Wore it for you.
Dave Matthews. But you know what's funny?
Yeah.
I am currently wearing a Century House sweatshirt.
Yeah, I love that.
Which is a lovely establishment in Peabody. Not to promote them, or I have no connection to them whatsoever, except I love their Eggs Benedict.
Fair enough.
But I just happened to, I've always liked this, is a staple on the North Shore, so I bought it once. Actually bought 3 of them. I bought them for friends too. We all got Century House gifts. It was a weird night.
I love that.
But I almost wore my Dave Matthews sweatshirt today. Which would it have been cool or embarrassing? I don't know.
I think we should have planned better.
Yeah, maybe.
We should next time
one day. Yeah, do you have an array of DMB?
I only have a couple.
Yeah.
I only have a couple. I mean, as much as I love supporting bands and things like that, spending $50 for a T-shirt can be.
I think this was 60.
Yeah, well, and you know what it is, but they're a local establishment.
Sure.
Dave Matthews doesn't need my $50.
Yeah.
He's done. He the band and his crew have done quite well.
What would you say?
Don't hunt. Oh, what is the line there?
This couple, don't bite the mailman. I
don't
think.
bite the mailman. You a doggy on a chain.
Don't cut my lifeline.
Yeah, there you go.
And we're off.
Yep, that's right.
John Moynihan from the Firehouse joining us here. I went to see the Dave Matthews. I had I was on I didn't really plan it this way, but I ended up on vacation.
Yeah.
And then I just did Dave's. I did Mansfield. I did a couple of Guilford.
I saw you in Mansfield. I saw that you were going to Guilford. I actually almost texted you to be like, hey. Yeah. Tonight, I might come. Then I forget what I was doing. Was it last week? Was he there last week? Yeah, he was.
Yes, last week.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. It was a Tuesday, Wednesday.
2 weeks ago. That's right. Mid July, not late July.
Yes.
Last week was our 92 concerts in a row.
Yes, exactly.
I forget. I forget why. I think my son had strep throat for the second time.
Damn that kid.
Yeah, my wife wasn't feeling great. So
you've been talking about doing the Guilford joint with us all these years.
I know.
You get you there one of these times.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen
next year.
Okay.
It's here. Maeve, clip this. All right. I want this.
Save this piece.
Yeah, I want this to be in perpetuity, so that next year when Drew sends it to me, we're like, remember this? I'm like.
This is going to be good. Yeah, we're doing it. I'm going to save this part.
We're doing it.
Actually, can we lock it in? Because I imagine you just tell your family right now you're booked.
Okay. Yeah.
Dave,
it's likely going to be mid-July 2025. Let's be honest with it.
I would like you to say it. Yes.
Okay.
You are booked for
mid-July 2025. Dave Matthews Band, Guilford, Bank NH Pavilion.
Get away with Drew and Co.
Get away with Drew and Co. I mean, as I sit there calling it the Bank NH Pavilion, nobody that really knows it calls it that. We all know it's Meadowbrook.
Yes.
Just like Great Woods. And, and all those.
Yeah, Great Woods got some heat the other night for fish. Did you see that?
No, for what?
I don't know if it's a real thing. There's always going to be people that have bad nights.
Right.
But there's they started one of those change.org or something petitions where you get enough signatures.
Yeah, for anything.
Yeah, sure. But somebody started, and they just were upset with the whole parking. We were getting screamed at for not pulling up far enough in the space. Things as simple as that. People were searching extra hard, looking for stuff, and people were making.
We know. You remember what show it was?
Kind of what I was thinking.
I mean, they're okay with a little bit. They don't want you bringing a whole pound in with you.
Yeah, and I can. You know what else I was thinking too? It was a 3-night stand.
Okay.
So if you're a parking lot attendant, I have seen this before too. You're going to know what I'm talking about here. People like to carve out their space for their parking lot
Yeah, because they're
tailgate.
camping.
Yeah, and maybe they got friends, or at least space. Maybe put the grill in the middle, cornhole in the back. They just want to take over.
Right.
And a lot of people do not listen to those parking guys. They're like, "Come in, please, please, please." And if everybody does the whole make it your own space, it's not going to really be a successful parking lot.
Right.
So I can understand after 3 nights of this, these guys getting upset.
I can imagine. I can imagine. The one thing in those mass parking lots that drives me nuts. Is. And you can look at you can tell in the parking attendant's face too, like when you're looking at them, because like they roll their eyes. Is when people pull in or go to pull in, and then pull around so they can back in. And makes the entire line wait. Like honestly, it's like, come on. Is you being backed in really going to get you out of here that much quicker than anybody else?
And certainly not in Mansfield. If you've ever been.
Certainly not in Mansfield. It's like trying to get out of Foxborough.
Exactly.
There's one way in, one way out. You're going to be stuck on Route 1 for an hour and a half, no matter what.
No doubt. It's like I did notice they created like an extra lane somehow to get out of there. Which I think is a nice effort by them, but it's still, you're right. It's one way in, it's one way out. It'll never change.
Right. I know.
And it's
I know.
unless some really weird things happen. But yeah, it's just the way it is. You got to know going in that you're going to wait a while, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fish people, at least some fish people, were pretty upset about it. I think the majority of reviews seem to be a nice night.
Well, because most fish people are, it's chill, man. It's chill vibes.
I thought
it's supposed to be
fireworks afterwards and stuff. Isn't that what they do out there? Fish shows.
I know it's supposed to be a chill vibe.
Yeah, I don't know.
The only show that I actually haven't seen any of my regulars this summer. The only show that I went to go see was The Used at Hampton Beach Casino Ballroom.
When was that?
July 10th.
Wow.
Yeah, July
okay.
10th.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Were you there?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, because
I assumed you posted.
I don't know if I did.
Oh, you had a note to yourself without social media?
Yeah.
Damn you.
I'm not a big poster.
Yeah.
Unless it's work related stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I went there with my wife. Actually saw a lot of people that I did know. Which was kind of funny.
That's great.
So it's nice to be able to be like, oh yeah, you didn't know this side of me, did you? My emo side, huh?
I actually noticed that. I mean, not surprisingly, I've been doing it for so many years. But at Dave, I kept bumping into people. It was
right.
It was funny. It's like,
you're back again.
Yeah, tailgates growing and everything.
Yeah.
It is a great trip. That venue is. That's a special venue, I think.
Meadowbrook?
Yeah.
It is.
I just love it.
It is.
The whole surrounding area, too, the whole Winnipesaukee vibe.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Mansfield, I like Mansfield, too. Like, as much as people... it can be a long night, I know, especially if you're coming from, like, here.
Right.
To battle that traffic and, get out of the parking lot later. It can be a long one.
Right.
Like, my sister lives in Mansfield now. She's
nice.
about a mile from the venue.
All right. So you park at her house and walk?
Yeah, we kind of tailgated there almost.
That's awesome.
And you can't, it's a little long to walk, especially if you're bringing a cooler or something. But my sister happens to be pregnant.
Okay.
And that's baby coming quickly. I already missed my date. I picked the Dave Matthews date just because I thought it'd be funny.
Yep.
But the baby's coming quickly, so she's not going to shows anymore.
Yep.
She's nice enough to drop us off and pick us up.
Oh, wonderful! So you have a DD. You got the whole thing
covered all the way. She made
awesome.
breakfast in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah. Can we give it up for Caroline Moholland,
There
please?
we go, Caroline Moholland.
Yeah, and I would give it up for her husband Matt, but he was just sleeping with us. He went to the show. He didn't do anything. we were joking. He's like the best cook and always does. He's like always very, very good about being on it.
Yeah.
And like on this night, it was kind of, he was with us and my sister was on it. So we were like, Matt, wouldn't it be funny if the baby comes and you're just like a deadbeat now? Yeah.
I'm not sure funny is the word they would have used.
Funny the way it is.
That's another good one.
Yeah, you like that?
I've told you that Grugrex is definitely one of my favorites. It kind of brought me back in a little bit more because I feel like he had a stint there, or some of them in between.
It's funny you said one more Dave Matthews point because it is right up your alley here. So this is what I love about Dave and what can be a problem with Dave.
Yeah.
We had some. I'm a diehard. I think it's safe to say. We had some more common fans.
Yeah.
And that night one set list is like, I got some gems. But that being said, I noticed that the tempo kind of lost some steam at times.
Yeah.
Still some gem songs that I'm very thrilled to hear, but definitely not like a common man set list.
Yeah.
And like some people were like, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
All right. So see,
yeah.
I'm not the only one, and
Sure.
and I am like I am.
Night 2 completely different.
Yeah.
Best show ever. Night 2.
Yeah.
Those same people. So that's it. You know.
It is, it is very funny. It is very funny. It really can be hit or miss depending on the set. But I will say a lot of his newer stuff is more. It's a slower tempo than his than his 90s. His 90s through busted stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah.
So
Opened
okay.
with that at Mansfield.
Did he?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, there's your Dave Matthews art. Did you know there's a Dave Matthews podcast? They do it every show.
I figured this was us.
Yeah.
I figured that we
it
were
could
the,
be us.
that we were the
I wore the shirt, Drew.
we were the Dave Matthews podcast.
Oh, that's funny.
But, yeah.
So who was your favorite show over the last week? I'm just kidding. Don't answer that.
The used.
There you go. But yeah,
we have a busy August too.
Who are you looking forward to?
So we're opening Into the Woods.
Yep.
On August 9th. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be really great. That following week, on that Wednesday, we have Raylan Baxter. Which
Wow.
I can't wait for that show.
That is exciting.
That's gonna be such a killer show.
My girlfriend Julianne talked to you about that?
No, she hasn't
She
yet.
loves Raylan Baxter.
Oh, haven't we? Yeah.
I don't know if she watches. I'm just,
Come on, Julianne.
I'm just kidding.
Julianne. I told you about the time that my wife is very supportive. Very
Yes.
supportive.
It's nice to have, isn't it?
It is very. It is.
Yeah.
It's very wonderful. But she wouldn't all watch an entire 40-minute show of me talking.
Yeah.
But it was one of the times,
this show.
Of this show. Yeah. So it was.
kidding.
So
Hey,
it was,
thanks.
yeah. Right. So but it was one of the times that we had that we were doing our typical Hanson.
Sure.
Intro.
Because she loves Hanson.
So she loves Hanson, big Hanson fan.
Yeah.
She texted me about she goes, I just spent 40 minutes watching that show because I figured you were going to talk about Hanson at some point because your intro. I was so disappointed.
Well, I wish you were the first person that's been disappointed by an episode of this show, but oh no,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, let's do a Hanson minute. What are they doing?
They're touring, so they're actually doing something really cool this year.
knew you had an answer.
Right? I know exactly. So they're doing this thing where they're doing 2 nights in each venue. So one night's an acoustic set, and then next night's the electric set.
Okay.
But after each show, Taylor is DJing. He's doing like a DJ.
Taylor, was he the drummer?
No, that's oh boy, which one is that one?
Or no, Taylor was the lead.
Taylor's the lead. He's the keyboard player.
Yeah,
and then there's Isaac and
I was going to say long hair, but they all had long hair.
They all had long hair.
Yeah.
What is that younger brother's name now? This is very awful. I've lost my Hanson card.
That's okay.
That's it.
You'll be fine. It'll come back around. Just shout out the name when you get it.
Zach.
Okay.
Zach.
There you go. Good save.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
so he's doing like a DJ set afterwards. So I think it'd be an interesting tour.
Is that what he does?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I don't know. They're always trying to innovate
Sure.
and do different things. So I think it'd be pretty cool.
Is your Hanson card like the same thing as like my dad's a big Barry Manilow guy?
Yeah.
You like Barry Manilow?
I mean,
Yeah.
we got Mandy and Copacabana.
You know what?
There are other ones I know, but
That bothered me.
yeah.
One, my dad is so in love with Barry Manilow. My dad's a great taste for music too.
Yeah.
He's a trained singer. He's had a band for 30 years. He knows his music. And I've met many people like this.
Yeah.
I have diehard Springsteen fans who love the deep tracks that are like, how do you love Barry Manilow? I don't understand. What is going on?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of those people out there. But yeah, so I think because my dad loves him so much, I've often kind of been like, I don't know, it's too much.
Yeah.
But my dad will I don't know if you subscribe or you just get it.
Yeah.
You just reminded me with a Hanson card, but a Fanalo.
Oh yeah.
You become a Fanalo.
I'm a fan of Yeah. I knew that. I knew about those.
You knew about that, yeah.
Yeah. Because obviously, if you're a Hanson fan, you're a Fanson. I mean, if it works, if it works with the name,
you're just gonna sneak that in.
Listen, if you can just change the first letter to make to get the word fan in the last name, why wouldn't you?
Fanson is a real thing.
Yeah. That's what they're really called.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife for each of our kids bought when they were younger would buy a Fanson for life.
This is life. This is
t-shirt.
life changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Oh yeah.
Do you get a newsletter?
I mean, I don't.
Yeah, she does.
But my wife does. Yeah, I think she's part of their fan club. She was for a long time.
They're all hip and innovative. I wonder, maybe they've moved away from maybe they're gone away from the hard copy. Maybe you'll never even see the Fanson thing anymore. Maybe it's all digital.
I mean, it is all digital.
Oh, it is.
Everything's
Okay.
digital. Maybe, but
I don't know.
Maybe not
The Fanalo.
Maybe not the Fanalos.
The
but I mean,
Fanalo
that's,
used to come in the mail, I believe.
I will say that is a very different demographic, Drew.
Yeah.
You know, we grew up on the internet.
You know what?
They grew up with 8-tracks.
True. You know what bothered me? I write the songs.
You know what really grinds my
You know what
gears?
really grinds my gears? Manilows, I write the songs that make the whole
Yeah.
world sing.
Yeah.
He didn't write that
the
song.
song, right? Wasn't it like Burt Bacharach or something?
I think it wasn't the Beach Boy.
Brian Wilson.
Brian, I think it was Brian.
Lying
No, I
in
don't-
bed, just like Brian Wilson.
I did the same
did.
thing. Every time I think of Brian Wilson stuff, I think of
Bare Naked Ladies.
Bare Naked Ladies, who just played Fenway.
Oh, they played Fenway with Hootie. Hootie played Fenway.
I know. Yeah.
They're not the same without Steven. I'll say it, and I mean it.
Wow.
I mean,
Just trying to stir things up, are you?
listen, I've always enjoyed them. I think they do a good show, but he's just a different.
So he was the voice.
Yeah,
and,
he was.
and-
Love you, Ed.
Yep.
But you're a fantastic guitar player.
They had more hits than people realize. Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh yeah, they were like the mid '90s. They were.
Yeah.
I mean, $1 Million, Old Apartment.
1 week since
One
you looked
Week.
in.
Brian Wilson wasn't really a hit. I mean, people.
Which one?
Knew Brian Wilson.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Oh,
Come
yeah,
on.
I guess I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the mid '90s were
Yeah.
were they, yeah.
I think there's more too. They do a Shrek song.
No, that's Cunning Crows.
Oh.
It does Accidentally in Love.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the Bare
right.
Naked Ladies do the theme song of The Big Bang Theory.
Oh okay. Yeah.
It is
I knew that too.
Yeah, that is them.
Connie Crows are coming around too.
Yeah, we saw them. We saw them last year up at Meadowbrook.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
No kidding. Yeah.
Dashboard Confessional was the opener.
No way.
Yeah, it was a weird mix.
They're opening with they're doing in Mansfield, I think they're doing opening with Santana
Okay.
or Split Bill,
Yeah.
and in Portland
Yeah.
they're the headliner.
Yeah. I saw when back to Dave when Dave played Foxborough
Oh,
back in the day with and Santana was the opener.
You actually told me that. I never realized that. That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, he was that big, especially.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still.
I mean, that must have been
heyday, right?
Yeah, that must have been 90, 98.
Yeah.
98. So yeah, it was the old Foxborough Stadium, and I mean, yeah, there were 60,000 people there.
I mean, I looked it up this week. I guess I don't have it on the tip of my tongue like I usually do, but like Dave's 57.
Yeah.
Carter's like 64 or something.
Yeah, right.
Banging away back there.
Oh yeah, he's phenomenal.
Oh my god.
And then you have Stefan, who's like barely 50 because he's 12 when
Sneaking him into
when
clubs.
they started the band.
Yeah, that's right. They were sneaking him in. I just that weekend. People laugh at me because I keep calling it a weekend. It was a Tuesday, Wednesday.
Right.
Only you had Tuesday, Wednesday to do that, Drew.
Listen,
I carved out some time. Okay.
that's right. We made it happen.
But that they just bring me so much joy.
Yeah, I mean
The whole atmosphere.
And similarly, like it's just it is really that vibe. And
Yeah.
for the most part, the people there are like super chill and like super
That's what it
happy,
is, too.
And just they want to be in there. Like, hey, I know that I'm almost 50 now, and
Yep.
and listening to this dude and coming out, but hey, that's like our parents going to see the Rolling Stones in the back 90s,
Sure.
late in the 90s, you know?
That is what it is because I mean they're not always my favorite shows in the world.
Right.
But it's just the collective thing.
Right.
So I guess that's what Fish has too in a different way.
Right.
I know I'm not a huge Fish head, but
I mean, and honestly, this is gonna be amazing. 'Cause I'm gonna wrap this all into like the firehouse and all that in a way,
this is gonna be amazing.
right? Because there actually is like a lot of science
Yeah.
behind the fact of having shared experiences like that and having that
Yeah.
that collective feeling of being in a space and sharing this one event, this one night, with these people. There, there's like the dopamine in your, in your body, and that's the beauty of the arts. It's the beauty of what Dave can do at a 6,000 seat venue. It's the same beauty as what Haley and Steve did, and Being Petty and Butcher Bagley and Estes did this past weekend in a 200 seat venue.
Yeah.
Like those people all together saw a one of a kind performance. There will never be a performance that's exactly like that again.
Yeah.
And they can share that, and you share that with when you can share that with with humanity and with people, no matter which way you think about different topics, but you have that in common.
Yep.
There really is just such a commonality with all of us, and art's really really helps coalesce that.
It's well said. I've heard musicians try to explain it too. I know Springsteen calls it the magic trick. It's like you show up and there's nothing there, and you are creating it out of midair. And when you leave, it's
gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
You know.
And honestly, that is wild. Like when you put on like a one night show or something like that, if you're going into a town or coming out and you load in all your stuff, everything's there for you. Like when the audience shows up, like they don't know that the crew's been there since 8 a.m. Getting it all going, getting those speakers up and doing all that, and it's full and it's magical and everybody's there, and then they're there for another 3 hours afterwards breaking it all down, and then it's just a show again. It's wild. It really is wild, like the amount of sometimes the amount of effort that goes into creating this one experience. But it's also, there's something truly magical about it. Again, one being on my side of being able to provide that for folks, but then also being in that audience and being able to be a part of that is something even more special, because and I think that and you probably do as well with with the work that you do. We have a special appreciation for it, because we know everything that went into it ahead of time to make it all happen. No
doubt. I was actually, it's funny that loadout thing is such a I've done this many times over the years. Even when I was young, I just used to love watching them work. It's kind of a weird thing, I guess. I don't know.
Awesome.
Maybe not, but it is. It's like all those moving parts they fly in, especially on like I would just noticed it at Meadowbrook with the Dave crew. That was the second night, was the last night. And I was like, wow, they really do get in there and just go. And then the next day I'm in Maine on vacation. And I'm seeing Instagram pictures of friends at the lake who were at the Luke Bryan show at Meadowbrook. Whole new stage. They got like that. I'm like, that's where I was. Dave didn't have that big. What do you call those things where you walk out? The little the bump out or the runway. The runway, runway. Where Luke Bryan does. Where he shakes his thing there. Runway. He does have the runway. Oh, it's a big runway.
So we went to see Luke Bryan a couple of years ago. My son was really big into country. My wife was going through a country phase too. The one thing I've always find hilarious about country bands, whenever it's like either the end of like a set or something like that, the two guitarists always walk out in the runway and like end up going back to back before closing it out, because the headliner has walked off at that point. So it's just I've only noticed that at that type of show.
And I wonder if there was one like mentor or something who they all watched and said,
maybe it's like, this is what we do.
I think you're right. I've seen Chesney do it that way too, with his guys.
I just think I find that very fun.
He comes back around, right? He's doing Foxborough again.
Chesney, probably.
Is he end of the summer here?
Probably. Probably.
Did you try to get him for the Firehouse, or?
Well, I mean, I tried, but after he was like the second bell ringer at the Lighthouse for the Patriots game. I couldn't get him after that. Because I mean, that's such an important part of kicking off a Patriots game is ringing the bell at that Lighthouse. He
could even do an acoustic show. He doesn't have to bring the band.
Exactly. Exactly.
Anybody we missed for August? You got anything else you want to?
We have John Gorka coming back again at the end of August, and then we have a nice Joni Mitchell tribute band, Big Yellow Taxi.
Oh, nice.
Coming, they're going to do this as the 50th anniversary of one of Joni's records, so it's going to be really sort of special show. I think. Is
she going to show up at the Newport Folk Festival again?
I don't know. I don't think. I think that was like a one-time thing for her. I think she was like, "Hey, I just want you to know, I'm still here." And then she did a couple, and then I think she's.
She did a good job.
She's still
unbelievable,
got it.
Right?
She's still got it. For her not to be able to like move all that well, but still be able to sing and play the guitar. The Canadians do it right.
Deliver the I've seen some bad performances. That was not one. It was nice of who's the Brandy Carlisle was up with her at Newport last year, and she I think they're pretty close, and she helped her out. Isn't she great?
Oh my Lord.
She came to Thompson Point last year. I was trying to figure out if she was doing that again this year. I don't think so. Seems a little summer off, maybe.
Maybe. I thought. Yeah, I'm not sure.
See her around?
I thought I saw that she was coming around.
I haven't been
Double
struck
check.
by the schedule yet. But
Yeah.
any personal shows for you that you're going for the end of the summer?
No, not really. I mean, my wife goes back to school in like
Yeah.
a week or two, and then the kids. So
Yeah.
it's just crazy. I just can't believe we're there.
It goes quick.
Yeah.
I also find just the years go quick too. Like
Yeah.
I'm often telling myself slow it down, and,
Yeah.
which is not really my style.
I know. I know.
That's a bit of
I know
problem.
it is. It's absolutely wild. My oldest turns 13 in just a couple days.
Wow,
Yeah.
teenager.
I know.
Damn.
Yeah. You're telling me.
Okay.
I'm not old enough to have a teenager.
Yeah.
But I am.
Is he into Dave Matthews? Just curious.
No, he's lame.
He is.
Yeah.
A good way to end the show. Teenager, he's lame.
Yeah.
John Moynihan, always a pleasure, my man.
Pleasure as always.
And go get tickets at the
tickets,
Firehouse website.
firehouse.org. We got, again, Into the Woods opening August 9th. Raylan Baxter, August 14th. John Gorka on August 28th. And then Big Yellow Taxi coming up on August 30th.
Awesome. Thanks for taking care of the people that came into the Firehouse last week. I know they, though it's always nice when they enjoy the experience over
Yes,
there.
I know.
Because you know what? They come over here more.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah. It's
We work well together that way.
mutual beneficial. Should we do one more Hanson thing for your wife? I don't want to get in trouble again.
Listen,
Bonus.
I don't think it's worth it. She's not gonna listen.
This is way too deep into the show for her.
It was a one-time shot, and we screwed it up.
Well-
we really dropped the ball.
Well, I just can't wait till I get a chance to see Hanson and
You and me both, pal.
reinvigorate my my love for them.
Yeah.
And I really did like them. I'm just when they came out, I was into them.
I'm telling you,
I'm not
they
joking.
really are still pretty great. They really still got it.
Yeah, we did it. We ended well.
There we go.
Maeve Power, thank you so much for producing the show. Sarah Hayden, Ryan Rothberg, Lily Dissette is back in the house. Hello, Lily. Good to see you again. Hey, everybody. Thanks. Keep enjoying your summer, all right? It goes quick. Live at Drew's house. John Moynihan. Peace.
Peace.